Yeah, well, I was asked to give a statement earlier on in the week when obviously the news was announced, and I think that, you know, it's hard for me to really put into words the achievement. You know, like I said, I've been here for 15, 16 months. It's like, you know, the guy's done 13 years. It's ridiculous, 500 appearances in one club, but not only that, to actually have played 500 games and score that many goals is just outstanding. And you know, we're sad and happy in equal measure. You know, we're happy for him to have made that achievement. We're happy that he's going to be moving on, sort of in his own terms, under his own terms. You know, and making that decision himself. He feels that, you know, that's the right thing for him at this stage of his career, and we respect that. We'd have obviously loved for him to be with us. You know, even again today, he's had his moment at the top end of the pitch, but he went on and 3 or 4 times when the ball's going into your box, he's an extra defender. He's just such an asset in your own box as well. So yeah, of course, you know, we're going to be, you know, incredibly sad to see him move on and not play a competitive game in a Leek Town shirt again. But of course, he'll get the well-earned testimonial at the back end of the season, which you know, obviously will be an occasion for him and all the fans to look forward to.
I'll put an X.
Moorlands Radio Sport for your Saturday. That was Haysoul Sister by train. Now the man of the moment has actually joined us up in the commentary position. We thought he was going to be running off, he isn't. So Dave Stringer is in conversation with Tim Grice.
Tim, 13 years and a month we think it's about that you made your first appearance, and when you first made that appearance against Colville, did you think you'd make another 499?
No, not at all. So I remember the game, and I'd come on for, I think it was Richie Minor, so he'd done his ACL in the same day. I think ended his career actually, well, not fully done, but I think it ended his career. So I came on and Hadrell's squared the ball, put it straight over, like miles over. I think it went over the netting. So no, definitely didn't think I would.
So you were a bit disillusioned with football not long before you joined Leek. What made you get really back into football?
Sunday League more than anything, and my mates back at the time, I don't really knock about with many of them anymore, but it was a case of I was sort of straying a little bit. I got disillusioned around academy football now, so I got released from Villa when I was 16 and then spent all my life up to then. It was just 100 mile an hour all the time. It was just football non-stop, and it's not what I wanted, if I'm being honest. So I took 2 or 3 years out of the game, started playing Sunday League. Bates came down and watched me, so went from there really. I was enjoying it, as long as I was scoring goals and enjoying it. So obviously Sunday League was plenty of goals and that, so yeah, and then Leek just, I never really looked back. I first signed and I didn't really play for 2 or 3 months, and then I got a run of games and felt like there was no reason to change. Look at the ground for this level, it's unbelievable. So yeah. So
can you remember your first goal for Leek?
I can, only because Pete reminded me on the way. So it was Market Drain, if that's alright, and was it Cup or League? I think it was League actually, yeah. I think I might have touched the badge actually, which is pretty embarrassing really for a first goal when I've only just joined the club. It's a bit naive at the time. Obviously, to be fair, now it makes sense now. I'd happily touch the badge, but yeah, back then, after one game, it was pretty a bit silly celebration.
And out of those 250 you've scored, is there one that you remember more than most?
The one away at Newcastle for the promotion last season. I felt like I couldn't contribute a lot last season, so I did want to get a few goals here and there, a couple of assists, so that was a big one. And then the goal away at Spalding, which broke the record, it was 153, I think that was. For me, it was not a bad goal actually, chipped the keeper. Probably what I should have done today, but yeah, it was not like my usual tapping. It was a half decent finish. So.
You've been written off a little bit before, haven't you? You know, there have been times when they said, oh, Tim's gone and everything. But I think from talking to you that it was the lockdown that actually made you think, I've got to get myself fit, properly fit, if I want to extend my career.
Yeah, 100%. So I've seen lads in the past come back pre-season, not fit, and it doesn't take long for managers to sort of move them on. I know Bakes has definitely moved a couple of lads on where he's seen them and they're sort of out of shape or they're looking leggy or whatever. So I knew I needed to sort of do something. As soon as I turned 30, I'd been pre-warned actually, so I spoke to a couple of lads years ago and they said, look, as soon as you turn 30, you need to start doing your own thing away from football. I probably took it a bit too far with it because I was running every day, like doing 10Ks every single day, to the point where I had a doctor's appointment just as I think a check-up or something like that. He asked me about the weight. He was like, you dropped like 1.5 stone. I said, yeah, but I've done it the right way, sort of thing. So he wasn't worried about it. But then also the mental side as well. Found myself just straining a little bit with that, with like everyone during COVID. So it helped in both ways. It was just a win-win in that situation. But yeah, it's definitely prolonged my playing days.
And when the trophy was presented to Leek at the end of it, if you remember, I spoke to you then and said, was it the sweeter having all the traumas really in the previous 2 or 3 seasons? Was it even sweeter to get the promotion? And you said, yeah, I just wish it had come 2 or 3 seasons earlier. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, definitely. The funny thing, if we had had the promotion the years prior in one of the playoffs, probably wouldn't be here. So looking at it, I'd probably done 2 seasons in this league. Difficult league, we would have strengthened. Probably in a similar situation now where minutes would dry up and I'd be sort of looking elsewhere. So in that sense, in a selfish sort of point of view, it's kept me at the club by us sort of not getting promoted. Obviously, I'd take the promotion. It's not about me. I'd have taken the promotion over that. But yeah, it's just strange how it works there. But it was sweet, yeah, especially with having surgery last year. I spoke to the surgeon at the time and he said that it was Dion Dublin who had the same surgery. And he said he'd come back and he was fine after. So yeah, I was glad that I was able to get back and contribute a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked, but I mean the promotion, that's it. That's the nightmare would have been finishing, and not a nightmare obviously for the club, but for me personally, waiting so long for promotion, finish, and then sort of miss out on that a little bit would have been tough to take. But yeah, it's worked out fair really.
And at what point this season did you think, well, the time at Leek Town, it's come to an end, I want to prolong my career by going somewhere else?
So the talk with John and Josh out of season, gone for a coffee, and it was very much my minutes were going to be limited. I was going to be a part of it player. I was fine with that, so I agreed, and so that's on me. I think as the weeks have gone, I've sat on the bench. It's probably affected me more than I thought it would. So I think it's about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I was left out, which was fair enough. It's nothing on Josh at the end of the day. Like I say, it's on me, probably being selfish, wanting more minutes when I agreed the situation. So that's on me. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got frustrated and I spoke to the chairman and I was like, look, found the game coming up. The ultimate goal for me was that. Obviously, alongside promotion and the goals. So I'd like to sort of move on. John being John straight away. You sure? Like tried for 2 weeks to convince me otherwise. We got a good relationship, me and John. But then yeah, it just made sense. He was looking at it. I think I probably got it for 2 years for my legs feel okay. You wouldn't know after that miss, but yeah, I feel like I can still offer goals and hold up plays when I'm on the pitch. Flick-ons more than anything, which I never used to do really. I've won more after surgery, which makes no sense. So yeah.
And I suppose it was poetic to finish on 500 appearances, 250 goals. Yeah. It would have been strange to have made it 251, wouldn't it?
Yes, obviously I'd have taken the goal course wood off. But yeah, I've got a bit of OCD going on as well. So the remote control and that has to be on 11, it has to be on 10 if it's on 11 and all that. So if I look back, it would have frustrated me a little bit. Some lads have said, "You missed out on purpose." No, obviously not. But yeah, there is that. And then also I had a goal disallowed the other week, which apparently wasn't offside. I spoke to Josh, said it wasn't offside. So it might just be fate that I finished on 250.
It could well be. Now you're going elsewhere. We know we think where you're going, but it's not been announced officially.
And we're not into breaking confidences anyway. But at what point are you going to announce where you're going?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So, yes. So I was supposed to have a night out tonight, and I've sort of cancelled that. A few lads and family and that are not best impressed, but it'll be tomorrow morning. Yeah.
What I was going to say was, where you go, there's a chance you might come up against Leek Town. You know, sort of Staffordshire Senior Cup or things like that.
Yeah.
What would it feel like if you actually scored against Leek Town?
Ooh, that's a good question.
There'd be no celebrations. I wouldn't celebrate. No, I wouldn't really get any enjoyment out of it. If I'm being honest, I think a lot of players go and for their professionalism, they turn around and say, "Yes, if I go to another club, I will celebrate. I'm with that club now." I think because it's been quite a long time, I couldn't find myself celebrating for influence of Leek. I don't really celebrate anyway a lot. It's a case clench my fist and that's it. It's not really like I'm not going up and I never really celebrate. I think it's just energy.
When you scored those 4 goals at Burscough against Skem, you didn't do a lot because it was too cold that night. I think you just put a burst of speed and you got 4 goals just to keep yourself warm.
It's freezing. I think the second goal that I scored was quite a bit of a tight angle, but it wouldn't have gone in if the pitch wasn't frozen because the ball stayed true. So if it thawed out, if the pitch thawed out, it would have gone wide. That it's like it's crazy.
So I did a little bit part in a small documentary about you, which is still available on YouTube, and you haven't paid me for my complimentary thing about you.
I'm a nightmare for that, honestly. So social media, I've seen Facebook and that. I will go on it, and I just don't. I think replying to everyone individually, like on the Facebook and the Twitter, and I will go back and do it. I will.
But in the interview, which I didn't do with you, but the interview you were talking about, when your career's over, you'll know when your Leek Town career is over. But is there a chance you'd come back if there was a chance of being on the coaching staff?
It's definitely something I've thought of, and the new club that I've spoken to, that's an option there as well. That was something that was discussed because it is something I'm looking forward to. Do I want to do coaching full time? No, I couldn't do it day in day out. And there's a lot of energy that goes into that, and the lads who do it it's constant, and I haven't got that in me. If I'm being honest, I haven't got the drive. And if I'm being honest, the love for football. I mean, I like football. I won't watch football if I know it's a 0-0 game. Match of the day, I will not watch. It's about goals for me. Simple as that. So, if there was an option, it was to do with the strikers. That I'd probably enjoy that, yeah. But in terms of full time, I wouldn't go into coaching. It's difficult, really. You constantly, the management side, you're constantly letting players down, which I'd struggle to do. And then the coaching, I'd be fine with strikers, like I say, but that's where I'd sort of draw the line. Yeah, but I'd 100% get back involved.
And you've been dubbed by the supporters Mr. Leek Town. What's your thoughts on the supporters of Leek Town?
I can't thank them enough, really. I've had a lot of messages thanking me. I think it should definitely be the other way around. I said they've been so welcoming from day one. They've been brilliant. It's strange seeing so many that were here literally 13 years ago. So yeah, they've been fantastic the whole time. Just the messages, even when we lose games, they're there in the numbers. Obviously, this season's a difficult season so far. Well, I think I'm certain we'll come out of it. We'll be fine and we'll end in a healthy position. But the fans just need to keep coming in numbers and support the team. It is a transition period. The old guard have sort of moved on. You'd possibly say I was probably the last one who'd been here for a good amount of time. But then the lads that are coming through, technically, it's just a different game now. It used to be.
I have to say, I've got 2 things in connection with with you. One is, I used to work with your brother, and your brother claimed a lot of your goals because I said, "Well, you've seen me scoring a lot of goals," and in the end, he admitted that it was you, not him, scoring the goals. So that's number 1. And number 2 is the person whose Leek Town goal scoring record you beat was in the team that I used to coach for Stoke-on-Trent Schoolboys. So those are the 2 sort of links with you.
So yeah, I'm aware of the Dave Sutton. Yeah, I'm aware of that. My brother. We've always had a bit of a rivalry. It's been obviously plays in the staff's county. He's retired not long ago. I think he did a bit quiet, but he probably deserves a bit more respect. Scored over 600 goals in that league. which is probably the highest that's anyone scored in that, I'd imagine. I can't think of anyone else. But yeah, we have a bit of banter. On the website, there's 11 appearances and no goals next to his name, and then obviously you've got myself, who's there, so I give him a bit of stick. If I miss a chance or whatever, I might, but yeah, I'll do a chance.
And I think with that, we better leave before you have some more banter with it. Tim, it's been an honour to talk about it.
Yeah, Grice, listen, you give us so many really memorable moments, and we'll miss seeing you on that pitch.
Yourselves as well, absolutely brilliant. My old man doesn't come every game, and he absolutely loves it. He'll carry on listening when I'm not here, and yeah, I won't be a stranger. I'll come down here and there. I won't be able to get rid of me that easy.
Well, we'll have you on our team.
Yeah, you've got to beat Scully. Somebody's got to beat Scully.
I can't be Scully. I've got the confidence Scully's got. That guy's insane. But yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for everything.
Tim, it's been an absolute pleasure. That is Tim Grice and Mr. Leek Town signing off. And he moves on to pastures new, and everybody will find out where he's going.
Pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Trying to get tap-ins every day.
We're just glad you didn't do the other one. Why we didn't go.